Hi guys, this is Sandeep here from FoneArena, and today we have with us the unboxing of the Motorola X Play smartphone. This year Motorola announced not one but two devices in the X series. This is the Motorola X Play, which is the lower end variant, and there's also a higher end variant known as the Moto X style. Now the Moto X Play has been launched in India, so let's go ahead and take a look at the unboxing of the device. So let's take a look at the box first. So up front you have a usual box like most other Motorola products. You have the image of the Moto X Play up front. You have Motorola branding along with the Moto X Play branding. Now below you can see that this is the 32 GB variant we have here, and at the back we have some specifications of the device itself. So let's just open the box and take a look at what's inside. So here you have the Motorola X Play itself. This is the white variant, 32 GB white variant. It looks good and feels quite good, but let's just set that aside for now and take a look at the other contents of the box. So in the box you have the wall charger first. So seems to be quite nice. It's a 2-pin charger, and here is where you plug in the USB ports, and it has dual USB ports, so you can charge more than one device at a time. Apart from that, you have a micro USB cable. Cable seems to be quite long, much longer than most other typical cables you get with phones. You also get a set of earphones. The quality doesn't seem to be that good, but considering the price of the device, I think it's still good that they actually bundle some pair of earphones with the device. Apart from that, you also get a bunch of documentation. So here you have the Moto X Play README. You have one in Hindi as well. You have a bunch of other documentation both in Hindi and English, and this is the warranty booklet also. And lastly, you have the SIM ejector pin tool also here. Just kept inside this nice box. So that was a quick look at the contents of the box itself. Now let's just boot up the phone, and in the meantime I'll give you a quick run through the hardware. So up front you have a large 5.5-inch Full HD display, above which you have the earpiece, the ambient light as well as proximity sensors. You have the 5-megapixel front facing camera, and you have a nice dual speaker setup up front. And on the right side of the device you can see that there is the volume rocker button along with the power/lock key over here, and there's a nice engraving or a groove on the power/lock key that makes it easy to hold, and that is not there on the volume rocker button. It's quite smooth, but the power/lock key is quite nice and has a nice texture on it. Going over to the left side, things are pretty much empty over here, not much happening. Now at the bottom you have the micro USB port here, and at the top you have the 3.5mm audio jack as well as the SIM card slot. Now this phone does support dual SIM cards, and it does support 4G LTE as well. Now finally at the back we have a really nice texture leathered pattern over here. It actually feels like real leather, but whether it's real leather or not remains to be seen. There's a nice module up front over here, and this actually houses the 21-megapixel camera unit along with a dual tone LED flash, which Motorola are calling color correcting temperature. So it basically gives better skin tones. And there's a nice Motorola dimple here which you can actually rest your finger on while using the phone, and it feels quite good. We quite like the design of the back. It gives quite good grip and fits into the hand perfectly due to the curved back design. So here we have the Motorola X Play all booted up. Let's just go into settings to see what software version it is running. So let's head into About Phone, and as you can see here, it's running on Android version 5.1.1, and the hardware model number is XT1562. This is the dual SIM version of the Motorola X Play, and we have the 32 GB version here. So let's just go into storage and check how much storage we get out of the box. So as you can see here, the user gets 21.92 GB of free space available on boot out of the 32 GB of total space. This also has a micro SD card slot that allows expansion up to 128 GB. And as you can see here, this is where you have the mount SD card. So in case there's an SD card inside, you can actually mount it, and it supports cards up to 128 GB. Device seems quite smooth. The screen is quite nice and vivid. It has 1080p resolution, which seems more than enough considering the screen size and especially the price of the device. The device is powered by a Snapdragon 615 octa-core processor. It has 2 GB of RAM as well, and it has a massive 3630 mAh battery underneath it. And that's probably the reason why it is a bit thicker than most other smartphones you see nowadays. So I'll just show you the texture of that button again over here. I'm not sure if it's really visible on the camera, but this is the texture that I was talking about. It feels really good to hold the power/lock key, and it's easy to identify it from the volume rocker key even if you're not looking because of this texture. So that was a quick unboxing of the Motorola Moto X Play. Let me run through the hardware features once again. The device has a 5.5-inch 1080p display. It has a Snapdragon 615 octa-core chipset running inside. It has 2 GB of RAM, 16 or 32 GB of storage on board, a micro SD card slot that supports cards up to 128 GB. It has dual SIMs and it supports 4G LTE as well. There is a massive 3630 mAh battery inside, which should be good enough even for heavy users. There is a 5 megapixel camera at the front as well as a 21 megapixel camera at the back with a dual tone LED flash. Now the device does retail for a price of Rs 18,500 for the 16 GB version and 20,000 for the 32 GB version. It is currently available exclusively on Flipkart right now and comes with a few offers if you buy the smartphone before September 20th. If you like the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.